This is a book in the Easy Reader Biographies. Abraham Lincoln, a great president, a great American. Written by Violet Finlay and illustrated by Doug Knudson. Abraham Lincoln was our 16th president, but he was a lot of other things too. Turn the page to learn about this amazing man. Abe was born in Kentucky in 1809. He lived in a log cabin. He loved the outdoors and sometimes wore a fur cap with a raccoon tail. That was called a coonskin cap. Abe grew tall and strong. During his life he had many jobs. His first one was chopping wood for 25 cents a day. He was 10 years old. As a young man, Abe drove a boat and was a soldier. He also worked in a general store. It sold different kinds of things, such as axes and spoons and candy. Abe also worked as a farmer and a postmaster. He would stick letters in his hat and walk many miles to give people their mail. That type of hat is called a stovepipe hat. Abe decided he wanted to be a lawyer. Back then there were only a few law schools, so he taught himself by reading books. It worked, and soon he became a great lawyer. In 1842 he married Mary Todd. Soon they started a family. Abe loved to play with his sons. During his years as a lawyer, Abe also worked in the state government, the government of Illinois. He wanted to make America a better place to live. People called Abe Honest Abe because he was so trustworthy. Honest Abe, why don't you run for president? They said. So he did. And in 1860, he won. He grew his famous beard right before he became president. Being president was a hard job. At that time, the United States had big problems. The southern states wanted to break away. They wanted to make their own country and continue to own slaves. Abe disagreed. He thought America should stay together. He also thought slavery was very wrong. In 1861, the southern states attacked the northern states. They called it the Civil War. The Civil War lasted 4 years. Many battles were fought. Many lives were lost. But in 1865, Abe Lincoln's army won. America stayed together. In 1865, an important law was passed that freed all the slaves. When the war was over, people came to the White House and cheered for Abe. On President's Day, we honor Abraham Lincoln. He was a great speaker and a lawyer, but most of all, he was a great leader. And there's the Lincoln Memorial, the grand statue in Washington, D.C. This book has a glossary, a nonfiction book, with words that were used in the text.